What is going on today? What, another one? Another one?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to BITO'S Celtics Talk, where we mainly focus on the Celtics. We talk hoop too, but we're going to be talking a lot of Celtics on this channel. So if you know, you know. If you don't, hit the button below. Ooh, excuse me. So today, man, I want to just get into the talk that everybody has been talking about, and that's mainly, you know, the road to BANNER19, which I'm so happy to be starting this because, once again, I think people are freaking out over the Olympics, you know, and Jason Tatum not playing and Jaylen Brown not being there, and this whole little narrative about this rift that they're going to have and all this stuff, where I'm like, guys, relax. Let's look at the silver lining of things here and understand, and this is what I've said offline a couple of times. I'm like, hey, Tatum not playing is beneficial for us because that's a lot of basketball that's being played throughout the year. A lot of mileage. Like, remember, they talk about mileage. They talk about all this stuff on their body. So it's like, why would we want him to play significant minutes in the summer for our country? Don't get me wrong, but possibly run out of gas when we really want BANNER19. The gold medal is great and everything, but let's think about BANNER19 here. Let's think about the road to repeat, because that's what's more important in this situation, and that's the keys to us repeating. So with me getting on the Olympics, like, yeah, he didn't play, but that's giving Tatum extra motivation. That's giving him more hunger. That's giving him more being like, all right, I seen everybody plays. I think he's gonna come and bring that fire every game that he possibly can till we possibly get to the end of the road in June. Now getting into my other guy, Jaylen Brown. And once again, this is beneficial towards our season. All of this stuff that's happening, yeah, we're in the moment. We're prisoners of the moment. And we're concerned about the fact that other things are going to come out of this. Which I'm just like, nah, dog. Like, listen, Jaylen coming off a finals MVP, coming off a finals win, coming off the snubs of the awards in the NBA awards, coming off not being in the All-Star, coming to beef with Nike, the funny things that the coaching staff were saying during the summer. This is all motivation, and the league should be very, very afraid of what's to come. There's a lack of respect. There's too many snubs. Now, granted, we had other Celtics there, which I also feel like being on the Olympics, it makes these guys better as well. You know what I mean? So having those, you know, Drew's going to be Drew, but I think Derek White getting that experience over Jaylen Brown is also beneficial too. Because I know a lot of people are like, why is Drew and why is Derek there? But it's like, you have to think about the other side of things. Like, Derek getting that experience and playing with these like star-studded dudes, he's going to come back 10 times better this season. Now, whether the ego comes in check or not, that's TBD. You know, we have to wait for that to happen because we still have the championship hangover going on. But also, here's the best part to that. We're bringing the band back. You know, like, throughout the history of the league, man, I don't recall so many teams being able to bring back everybody. You know, and even in recent time, like, we've seen, like, the Nuggets slowly lose pivotal pieces throughout their run that they've had since they've won the championship, and look what the results are for that. They've been second round losses, and, like, you know, they just haven't been able to get back there. Now, granted, the Celtics have a different side of it, but we have the band back though. Like, everybody signed back. We can still make certain moves if we have to, but going into the season, we're good. But I also feel like the key to us repeating right now is that I feel like we have to find that filler for Porzingis when we miss him. Now, granted, when we get him back, he's fine. You know what I mean? Like, we don't have any problem with Porzingis being there or with teams when Porzingis is playing. But without Porzingis being there, it kind of reverts back to the previous years of our Celtics teams, and we're easier to defend, I feel like, you know, when we don't have Porzingis out there. And, like, granted, this is 2 years later, 3 years later from all of that, and these guys have a championship now, and they have different players around them. I'm just concerned to see how these teams will adjust to us knowing that we don't have Porzingis there. And obviously, it's always harder to repeat than it is to get the first, but it's harder to repeat. Like, you hear this throughout the history of the game, man. Like, the repeat's harder than the first one, they say, which is crazy. But, like, you know, it's just a different route because you have that target on your back, and people are gonna really want a gun for you. So that's something that I'm looking to see and hoping for throughout the year. Like, we just need a long body in there. Like, I like Tillman. You know, I don't mind what's his name? Cornette being there and stuff, but it's still one of those situations, man, where at the end of the day, we need that guy that can still stretch the floor, because neither one of those guys can actually stretch the floor. So that's what I'm concerned about going through the years. But we're still fine throughout the regular season. I just think when you start getting in certain matchups, because that's what the playoffs is all about, is the matchups and everything else. But they also have to remain focused. You know, they have to have their health intact, which is, you know, always unpredictable throughout, you know, the NBA and just throughout the season. And I think discipline is going to be key too. I don't know. I want to see how Mazzulla has not disappointed me since he stepped on, but I want to see how Mazzulla, you know, kind of reacts to teams coming at us with a target on our back, because it's different when you're going for something versus now you're the hunted. You know what I'm saying? So teams are going to be gunning for them in a different way. I want to see if he's able to make these adjustments. I want to see if he can keep the guys focused. I want to see if he can keep them together, because though we won a championship, there's going to be guys that are going to come back with an ego and feel away. Like, it could be the last guy on the bench. It could be anything. And the last thing that we want to have is unraveling and have a chain break or a link breaking the chain, you know? So I'm going to leave it at that. That's my little quick rundown on this first ever episode of BITO'S Celtics Talk on the couch. I hope y'all enjoy it. Whoever's out there listening, man, let me know what y'all think in the comments below. I'm here to engage about the Celtics, man, because I feel like people overreact over a lot of things and don't look at the bigger picture of the season and what the end game is. Like, yes, you go through your emotions in a roller coaster ride throughout the season. That's a given. You're supposed to react to it. But sometimes you just have to relax. And hopefully in this channel, I bring that peace of mind. I ease you a little bit. Sometimes you might agree with me, sometimes you might not, but that's the part of the engagement. So don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe. I'll be back with another one, another reaction, another rundown. I'm out of here. Peace.